Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Kimchica and we are doing another Indiescovery, a chance for me to go more in depth on an indie game, letting you know some of the strengths, some of the areas of feedback that I have, and hopefully give you a better picture of if this is a game you'd like to jump into as well. For those of you who know me, you know that I also love donuts, so I was very excited to give Donut County by Ben Esposito a try. Let's see though if this donut was as tasty as it seemed, or if maybe there were some elements that fell a little flat. Immediately, you'll see that Donut County is a feast for the eyes and ears. The color palette is soft without losing vibrancy, and everything looks cute without being overly saccharine or creepy. I've been following this game for years now, so I knew the visuals would be playful, fun, and whimsical, but I hadn't heard too much of the soundtrack, and for me, that was a huge and very pleasant surprise. The music, composed by Dan Costner, was spot on and is in my current list of favorite indie game soundtracks. But let's rewind for a second. What exactly is Donut County? In Donut County, you follow the story of BK and Mira, two residents of the area. BK is one of the entrepreneuring raccoons who just wants a quadcopter of his own. It's easy enough to earn one, just get to level 10 in the donut delivery app and you'll unlock enough points to purchase it. But those in-game achievements and the presence of this donut hole have a wider impact on the residents of the city. You see, this hole has an origin, the tech-savvy raccoons that have come to town to stake their claim on all the available trash in the area. They're cute, but they've got a goal and no one's stopping them. The raccoons have quickly adapted by taking over that local donut shop and started selling donuts. Well, they started selling a donut hole app, and unwitting creatures looking for a sweet snack are sucked in. While you can play this title on its surface level and just enjoy the novelty of being a hole in the ground consuming everything in its sight, there is a little bit more that we'll talk about in a second. But first, the gameplay. The gameplay is set up into two major rounds. You've got to solve a puzzle, often using physics in the hole itself, and then proceed to consume everything else in the area. It's simple, it's fun, and there's something oh so satisfying about cleaning the whole location out of assets. Donut County depends on you taking initiative and figuring out these initial puzzles yourself. There's no written instructions, but you'll get lots of context clues from the environment. There was only one puzzle I got a little stuck in, but only because I misinterpreted the shadow placement. Everything is quite easy to figure out, and this is a game that anyone can play, even those who may not be familiar with games or very into gaming in the first place. In between each level, you'll learn more about the citizens of this area and more about how they've been affected by the changes brought on by the raccoons. One of my favorite small details at the end of each level, though, was the Trashopedia, where you can read at the end of each round. You'll giggle at the fun item descriptions from the perspective of the raccoon, BK, and I don't think I can ever look at popcorn, aka corn that's been punished, or a shovel, aka a dirt spoon, the same way ever again. As I mentioned before though, when you do dig a bit deeper, this is a story of an a-hole, not just a hole, who realizes that he may not be doing good things for his community, but he still has a hard time coming to terms with how those actions have affected those closest to him. When you dig a bit deeper, this is a story of an a-hole, not just a hole, but a lovable a-hole, who realizes he may not be doing good things for his community, but he has a hard time coming to terms with how these actions have ended up affecting those closest to him. In between each gameplay round, you do see how each of the citizens of this area and the residents of this area have been affected by the donut hole and the presence of the raccoons. And the banter in this section is always sharp, witty, and really to the point. So kudos to Ben Esposito for having really great dialogue in this game. The parallels regarding the effects of gentrification and, in particular, the impact of a tech community coming into locations like LA, San Francisco, and, to relate a more personal experience, Portland, have had on the makeup of a space and its people were touched upon, but they don't beat the player over the head with this. Again, you can play this game with as little or as much thought to that real-life issue as you'd like. I personally just really appreciated the real-life conversation that this game elicited after I was done playing. In addition to that, this game did get me thinking about all the stuff we have and consume, and how we in our own lives are kind of just these holes that continue to take in digital media and physical content, but maybe sometimes we don't feel full. But that's for another poster video. All in all, Donut County is a shorter experience, but it doesn't overstay its welcome. While I initially thought I wanted more from this game, the more I thought about it, the more I think I'm actually happy with the length of the gameplay, which is potentially the most controversial, or the part that I would hear most people maybe complain about. The whole game runs at about 2 hours of gameplay, potentially less if you really rush through, and there's not a ton of reason to go back and replay. Really, the only thing that frustrated me about the shorter length was I just wanted more because it was a great quality experience. And I think in my head I built this title up as more of an open world, Katamari Damacy kind of play, which isn't what this game was about. So once I realized that the core message of this game and the goal of this game was different, I was okay with the 2 hours. I think it ultimately showed a strong sense of self-editing and impact. The message is that much more powerful as a result of being able to sit and experience this all in one sitting. Of course, I wouldn't complain if someday a larger world level or additional levels were to be released. So that's it for this Indiescovery, and that's what I thought of Donut County. If you've played it, I would love to hear what you think in the comments below. And if you haven't played it, it is available on a wide variety of platforms. Links are all, or info is all in the description box below. And if you like indie game news, reviews, event coverage, be sure to hit that follow button and follow this channel. I try to do my best to cover everything indie game, and I hope you guys are enjoying it. And if you also enjoy watching Twitch streams, I go live Monday through Thursday at 1 p.m. Pacific time at my personal channel. It's just twitch.tv/Kimchica. I also work for a company called Utomic, and I go live on their channel on twitch.tv/Utomic Mondays and Wednesdays at 11 a.m. Pacific time. But with both channels, my personal and my work, my goal is to feature indie games. So that's what you can expect when you come and hang out with me live there. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you're having a wonderful day. You're finding lots of indie games to play, and I will see you in the next video.